What's up, guys? I thought I would do a short vlog video. Normally I like to post clips on Wednesday and Friday from this week's podcast episode, but I decided not to this week for reasons. Anyway, I wanted to talk about guys out there that are having a terrible time with dating apps, and they hear that, oh, cold approach is far superior. Cold approach is so much better. But then they don't have the balls to go out and cold approach, right? Or, like, where the fuck are you going to go to cold approach? Like, I was like that, right? Like, when I was out dating, I live in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely the middle of nowhere. Nobody hangs out anywhere, right? I did finally find a bar that was pretty busy out here. And I would go there on like Thursday and Friday nights and Saturday nights sometimes, because those were like the busy nights. But the quality of women that I would find there was like not up to par. Like, it was just like scuzzy bitches, right? Like where the fuck do I find the attractive women around here, right? So I really, did everything on dating apps. So I had a great time on dating apps. I ended up cleaning house on dating apps. It's not that hard to be in the top 20% on a dating app. It's really not. But there's still some guys out there that would much rather meet women a little bit more organically than on a dating app. Now, this guy's been on my podcast a number of times. I talk about him frequently. He's a good friend of mine. I went out to a men's retreat that he was hosting last year in Georgia. His name is Benny Lichtenwallner. He has his own dating practice, but one of the key things that he teaches is how to meet women on social media, right? Namely, he started out doing this with Facebook, but he found that you can also apply this on Instagram, and other social media as well. But I still feel like the method for Facebook is probably like the best, right? So what he teaches men to do, and I'm just giving like a Cliff's Notes version of this. Like, if you really want to know like the ins and outs of this, I think his course on this is free. I think he's offering it for free. So I'll link to it down in the description. But yeah, he teaches a whole course on this, and I'm 99% sure it's free. And if not, it's a nominal fee. But here's the basics of what he teaches men to do. So in your area on Facebook, you can just search, right, for local people in your area, and you can just start looking at women's profile pictures, and you can start sort of going into their profile. Some people have more public information than others, but you can go through and see if they're single. Like, sometimes they'll have their status there as single. You can see if they've got pictures with them and other men and stuff like that. You can see like full body shots, and basically it's like Amazon. You can do like add these women to your shopping cart. So you go through, qualify these women based on visual characteristics that you're into, and add them as friends, right? And I think there's a limit on how many women that you can add as friends per day or send friend requests anyway. I think it's something like 40 a day or something like that. So just every night you sit down and go through the catalog of women in your area and add them all as friends, right? And you might do that for 1 week. The next week, excuse me, the next week, you, out of like, let's say you add 100 chicks or send out 100 friend requests, you might get 20 of them back, right? 20 of them that will accept your friend requests. So the next week you do the same thing. Just keep adding women. The next week you'll have new ones that accept your friend request. Eventually what you'll do is you'll get to a point where you'll start seeing these women in your feed, and maybe you want to keep track of it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you have your own process. But eventually what you want to do is start messaging these women, but don't send them a text message, right? And don't send them any like dick pics or anything like that. What you'll do is send them a video message. And you're not asking them on a date. You're not telling them like, hey, you're cute. I think you're beautiful. Blah, blah. You're not doing any of that shit. Okay. You are testing for interest. So what you'll do is send a video to these women and say, hey, Sandy, let's say her name's Sandy. I don't like that name. Let's say Susan. Hey, Susan, this is Paul, your random Facebook friend. I saw a post that you did in my timeline. I thought it was funny or whatever. You can make it up. I just wanted to reach out, say hi, and wish you a good day. Something to that effect, right? I'm totally flubbing it up. Benny's got a whole script down. And once you do it, the best thing about this, right, is, and this is why I think it's better than cold approach, is when you cold approach, you are live, right? You are in the moment. You have to be on your toes. You have to say the right things right away. You don't get a second chance. But with this, because you're doing a video and then sending it, you can film it. And if you fuck it up, like I just did, you can stop it, re-record it until you get it sharp and down and perfect, and then send that, right? So most guys aren't doing this. Most guys aren't sending video messages as openers, for approaching. It's essentially an online cold approach, but because it's non-real time, you have some flexibility that you don't have in person. So like this is way better than cold approaching, in my opinion. And it's also a bold statement, right? It's a bold way to reach out to chicks. It piques their interest because guys don't do this. Guys send them text messages. Guys send them dick pics. They don't send them random video openers just saying, hey, just wanted to say hi. I hope you're having a great day. They don't get that. So let's say this is like week 3 of you doing this. You're starting to send video messages. Out of the 20 video messages you send, you'll get maybe, 5 that will actually reply back like, oh, hey, thanks for reaching out, whatever. And then you can use that as an opportunity to banter back and forth, test for interest, pique their interest level, and then go for a definite date, right? Now, Benny, he met his wife doing this. But before he met his wife doing this, like his book was totally full of dates. Like he said he had so many dates, it was ridiculous. This was in like the Atlanta, Georgia area. So you can imagine, all the opportunities you have in a big city like that. But this can work anywhere, And like I said, it's better than cold approaching in person because, you have that flexibility to edit the video before you send it, So you can make it pristine, perfect. And another thing too is they can see your body language. They can see your facial expressions and stuff like that. They can see all of your faculties when you're doing that initial reach out, which you don't get in text messages and stuff like that too. Another thing that you can do as well as a part of this is send video or like video and audio replies. Like, so they text you back and stuff like that. You can just keep those video and just audio messages going. And chicks dig that stuff. They dig that stuff more than your standard text messages too. So this whole method just is far superior to your normal cold approaching. And if you're having a terrible time on dating apps, like this is a great alternative to organically meet women. And I think it's just absolutely genius. And I love talking about Benny's practice because it's so unique. There's not a lot of guys teaching this out there. I recommend that you guys follow Benny. He's been making a lot of content lately on TikTok. So his handle's right here. But yeah, definitely try it out. If you are struggling with dating apps and you don't want to do cold approaching and stuff like that, this might be the method that you're looking for.